Alright, so this is round 3, and we're on the draw against Money Who Mulliganed. And we're going to see how good the Eidolon is here. This is an okay hand if he actually is mono black or black green devotion. This is an okay hand. If he takes my Eidolon, I'm probably just going to play Mutavault turn 1 to attack with it the following turn, but maybe not actually. Yeah, they do have Devour Fleshes, so and Bile Blights. If I knew he was a black-green version that had Abrupt Decays instead of, Bile Blights and Doom Blades, then it certainly would make more sense. If I was him, I would probably take the Chain of the Rocks, although I don't know what's in his hand, so... Desecration Demon's one of his best cards against me, and if he needs 2, then it might actually be too little too late. Phoenix is certainly right out, so it's either the Eidolon or the Chain of the Rocks. There's no way you thought he's a Chandra's Phoenix. I can topic a burn spell and have all your work be for naught. Alright, so he's taking the Eidolon. Because I have Wild Guess and other Eidolons in my deck, and for a double red. It's tough. I really like hitting the Mutavault on turn 2, or like attacking with Mutavault on turn 2 to get the extra, because we barely have enough damage to kill him. Yeah, see, it looks like it might have been better to just... The possibility of me drawing an Eidolon or a Wild Guess is probably negated by the fact that it's very likely he has a Scry land, or to come in to play tap land. Attack him for 2. And here is where we need to kill him before the Underworld Connections takes over. Skullcrack would be nice. We probably should have played a land first, because now I can Bile Blight them both. Yep. That was a mistake. I needed to play the land, so I could shock my own guy in response. Although, I could still shock and get my Phoenixes back. It's not the end of the world, but I should have a Phoenix in play attacking him. He should be at 13, and I have a Phoenix in play, as opposed to the Phoenix in the graveyard and Phoenix in my hand. Yeah, I'm actually probably just dead, aren't I? I don't know if I can actually win now. I mean, I guess I can kill both these rats. Then I don't get my Phoenixes back. And he gets to keep on using Underworld Connections. This is real bad. Yeah, this is real bad. $13, $11. If I had Phoenix in play, this would be a lot easier. Although then I would have 0 possibility of killing the 2 rats. The thing is, he has no more connections. It's not going to be possible for me to grind him out. How many turns do I have? If I just let these pack rats live, he activates pack rat. He gets the 3/3, 4/4. It's 10 twice. I could Chain the Rocks 1. Actually, 13, 11, 7, 5. It's going pretty low. That's if he doesn't activate connections. If he activates connections, he's a little bit lower. So I shock him, he goes to 13. I play Phoenix, he goes to 11. I Chain of the Rocks a rat. Next turn, he makes a rat and attacks me for 5. I go to 15. I attack him, he goes to 9. I Helix him, he goes to 5. I go up to 19. He makes a rat, attacks me for an Mutavault, so that's 4, 8, 10. And I have a Wild Guess to get 3 more damage. Alright, so I can actually I might be able to actually erase him here. I have a Wild Guess to cobble together 3 more damage. Wild Guess and 2 draw steps. Alright, so that's 3 damage. He didn't have to make connections, so we definitely needed to do the last points of damage. He didn't activate Rat, so we actually might have an extra turn because he's not doing that. Ah, Grey Merchant. That makes things a little bit more difficult. Well, we've got 8 twice, so if his plan is just to make rats, then it's not going to be good enough. Alright, so we can attack with both our Phoenixes. He goes to 10. Helix him, he goes to 6. Tap this with the Phoenix. Helix him, he goes to 2. That should be enough. If he has Devour Flesh, then we're dead. So, Devour Flesh or the Grey Merchant, there's nothing we can do about it, so. Another like showcasing how we've had Wild Guess for a while and unable to use it. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Deciding whether to tap this. I don't know if it actually affects the board state at all. Because Devour Flesh him so far away, right? He Devour Fleshes himself. If I tap it, he Devour Fleshes himself, he gains 7, he goes to 17. I'm nowhere near killing him. Yeah, we're not even close. So, we're just dead at that. Looks like he doesn't have a Devour Flesh. Well, that one looked tough for a while. The Grey Merchant almost got us, but pulled out in the end. Pulled it out in the end. These Wild Guesses are just never what the doctor ordered. Never. They are never what I'm looking for. See, I don't know about these Eidolons either. I don't know if these Eidolons are what I'm looking for. Ideally, Actitreeson's always gonna hit Desecration Demon, but he might just have a Mutavault to just counter it. Mutavault or, like, just random guy in play. Oh, I don't know how I'll feel at Actitreeson. Like if he has like a creature and a Desecration Demon, like 3 mana kill, not Desecration Demon, doesn't seem like a very good play. It doesn't seem like something I want to be doing. Fire Satyr gets a lot better on the play. On the draw, it's not great. Shocks are not great against him either. Fire Satyr is probably better than Shock. Magma Jets are not great. Searing Blood's not great against him either. It only kills either Mutavault or Pack Rat. It doesn't kill Nightfield Spectre, Desecration Demon, or Green Merchant, which are some of our primary concerns. Actually, just think Shock might like Shock and Fire Satyr is probably just better. Like Shock stopping a Mutavault from, or maybe I can just try the one Miser's Active Treason. Miser's Active Treason might be okay instead of the Shock. Try it out. I guess we could actually, if he has like Nightveil Spectre, we can active Tracing the Nightveil Spectre and cast spells off it. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it'll actually ever come up in a game, but that seems like a pretty long-term plan, and again, a matchup that seems pretty over in the first few turns. This has a Phoenix and a Jane the Rock, so I think this is probably fine. We don't have a mountain yet, but I assume that we're going to draw one at some point. Thoughtseize, he'll probably take either Skullcrack or Chain of the Rocks. Those are the only 2 cards in our hand that do anything. So, probably take a Skullcrack. I mean, he can't really play around it. As if I'm the aggressor, then he's going to have to proactively gain a life. But I guess he took the Chain of the Rocks. Alright. Yeah, well, if we took Chain of the Rocks, I guess we want another one, so. Don't you Pack Rat, we're going to have the Chain of the Rocks. So, what is this? Wow, okay. Well, I guess we're going to probably have to kill that guy too. Maybe not. I mean, we do have a Phoenix. What is this? Like, what is this going to be? It's a 2 mana gain 5? I think Chain of the Rocks and Desecration Demon is going to do far more than 2 mana gain 5. Boros Charm. I don't know. I mean, we've already got so much. I'd rather just draw like another Phoenix. Or another Chain of the Rocks. That's a problem. I mean, Phoenix is going to beat the Ram. So, although the Ram makes it so our Eidolons and Fire Satyrs are less than good. Less than ideal. After Treason, well, looks like it's going to be better than Shock this game, probably. Huh? Yeah, this is a deal 4 as well, so you might as well take the Skullcrack because he's got an X-Fleece Ram, so it's going to deal 4 anyways. The other modes in Boros Charm are relevant in this matchup. Vanishing Light. Huh. Well, good thing we had another one. He also blocks the Mutavaults. He seems to be pretty good in this matchup. I don't really have a very good sideboard card against him. I mean, I guess he is an enchantment. He has 2 enchantments in play. Maybe I'll bring in Wear Tear. For me, if he shows me another enchantment like Brain Maggot, it would certainly make sense for me to bring in Wear Tear. Alright, I'll be right back. Well, not right back. I mean, he'll be back eventually. It's gonna take a while, but he will return. Dixley's frame seems like it's a role player. Like, it certainly is not nearly as effective as either Nightfield Spectre or Pack Rat or Desecration Demon or Grey Merchant or Blood Blairin or Obsidian. So I wonder what you're actually playing it over. We could just burn him twice. If I play Phoenix, it gives him a turn to, like, he can turn in a removal spell into an extra turn. So he's gonna have to play a Gain Life spell relatively soon. So we're gonna upkeep, on his upkeep, we're actually gonna use a War Leader's Helix in response to the Gain Life ability. So because if he has a Devour Flesh, I want the mana tapped on his turn. So yep. Yeah, I mean, Nixley's Tram was, that's basically, the game lasted until turn 9. So this was a 2-mana gain 7. So it was, a Heroes Union is what it was. Actually, no, he didn't gain a life in the prelim last turn. I didn't respond. So it's a 2-mana gain 6. I suspect at the beginning it'd be a 2-mana gain 5. But it also forced him to, duress my Chain of the Rocks because he wanted to protect the Fleece Ram. Whereas, he didn't really play any creatures this game, so if he had duressed the Boros Charms instead of the Chain of the Rocks, then he would have actually there's a possibility he could have won this game. So I'm not certain that Nixley's Tram is exactly where you want to be in the sideboard against Burn. But I just feel like if it's not as good as Pack Rat, or it's not as good as Nightveil Spectre, and it's not as good as any of those other cards I mentioned, then, I mean, what are you really taking out for it? You're taking out... I guess you might be taking out your Bile Blights, might be taking out your Hero's Downfalls, and they're probably better than those. So...